Prior to wolf reintroduction, the dialogue around the idea of wolf recovery, particularly in rural communities, was no wolves, no way.
When they brought the wolves in, of course, all the ranchers were concerned, how far is this actually going to go?
That dialogue has evolved over the years to a question now of how can we work better together to make this viable, to be less impactful on rural agriculture-based communities and more successful for conservation.
I'm not against the wolves as far as having them. It's almost like, well, you can't do anything about it, so we're probably going to have to learn to deal with it.
Coexistence is a theme that guides much of our work at Defenders. What that looks like on the Mexican wolf front is sharing the responsibility to reduce conflicts between wolves and other human uses of the landscape. Deploying the use of non-lethal deterrents like strobe lights or air horns or cracker shells, turbo flattery combined with fox lights to help guide wolves away from conflict-prone areas or steer them away from trouble. But at the end of the day, the most effective tool that we have is the human mind. And the best way to use that is by sharing ideas with others, those who are managing livestock, to those who are managing wildlife, to those who are advocating for new approaches. It really requires us stepping outside of ourselves temporarily to really understand, to hear, to listen to each other so that we can get beyond the identity-based conflict and down to the issues.
It's really good when an organization like Defenders can be open-minded enough to recognize that we agriculturalists, indigenous or otherwise, that we all have a place on this land.
Working with the wolf has made extra work for us, extra time we have to put out. I think as the program has gone along and we've got the range riders coming in, helping has made such a better difference. We really appreciate that.
There's always going to be predations, but there is the opportunity to help yourself as a rancher be less vulnerable and to help your individual livestock to be less vulnerable by herding up, by having a little more human presence. Hard feelings ain't going to make anything different, and so it's less difficult for me to change and for me to adapt than to expect the world to change for me.
The fact that we're 25 years into a wolf restoration initiative that is widely acknowledged by wildlife managers across the country as one of the most complicated and controversial wildlife management issues anywhere. And we're still going strong. The partnerships around the program are improving. The numbers of wild wolves is increasing. That's really encouraging, not only for the Mexican wolf and the recovery effort behind it, but because it represents hope that we can reverse course for dozens of other species that are on a downward trajectory.